What if everything you know is wrong?
So let's talk about artificial intelligence. It's not some far off sci fi concept anymore. It's right here in our classrooms, and honestly, it's changing everything. In this explainer, we're going to break down what this AI revolution really means for our schools, our teachers, and of course, our students. And yeah, to be super clear here, AI in education isn't a future possibility. Nope, it's a present day reality. It's already woven into the software that students are using and the tools that teachers are relying on, like right now. Just how widespread is it? We'll get this. A whopping 85% of teachers in the US say they're already using AI tools in their work. That makes it one of the fastest adopted technologies we've ever seen in education. And the money? Oh, the money behind this is just mind-blowing. The global market for AI in education, it's on track to explode to over $112 billion by 2034. This is not just a passing trend, it's a massive industry-level shift. So, that's the setup, right? The technology is here, the cash is pouring in, but that leads us to the big question. Are we, as students, teachers, parents, all of us, are we actually ready for what's coming down the pike? Okay, to really get a handle on what's at stake, let's start with the good stuff, the incredible promise of AI. We're talking about the dream of a smarter, more responsive, and maybe even a more equitable school for every single student. And the biggest part of that dream, really the holy grail, is personalized learning. For way too long, education has kind of been a one-size-fits-all deal. AI promises to completely shatter that old model by creating a unique educational path for every student, one that adapts in real time to exactly what they need. I mean, just think about it for a second. We're talking about AI crafting super personalized lesson plans, taking over the boring grading work so teachers can actually mentor students, creating cool, dynamic content that kids actually find engaging, and even acting as a 24/7 tutor. Plus, it could be a total game changer for making learning accessible to students with different needs. And look, this isn't just some academic exercise. This is about getting students ready for the real world, for the future of work. You hear it from industry leaders all the time. Being comfortable with AI tools isn't a nice to have anymore. It's becoming an absolutely critical skill for anyone entering the workforce. Okay, but you knew there was a but coming, right? For all that amazing promise, there's also a flip side. As we bring these powerful algorithms into our schools, we're also introducing a whole hidden code of really significant risks that we just can't afford to ignore. So let's break down the first big catch. On one hand, you have this incredible personalized learning. Amazing. But the danger? It's something called algorithmic bias. See, if an AI is trained on data that reflects our own historical biases and inequalities, well, it can actually learn and even amplify those same prejudices. It could end up putting some students at a real disadvantage. And that brings us to the next massive problem. For an AI to do its job, to personalize everything, it needs a ton of student data. Now, that data can give us incredible insights into how kids learn, but it also creates a huge target for privacy and security breaches. The more data you collect, the riskier it gets. And it's not just about data and tech. There's a real human cost here. One study found that half of all students feel less connected to their teachers and their friends because of how much AI is being used. And that's a serious warning sign, right? We can't let efficiency get in the way of real human connection. And this right here, this might be the biggest hurdle of all. Remember how 85% of teachers are using AI? Well, less than half of them have gotten any formal training on how to use it well or ethically. We've got this huge gap between people using the tech and people actually being prepared for it. So, wow, we've got this amazing potential and these really scary risks. What do we do now? How do we take all the good stuff, manage the bad stuff, and actually get our students ready for a world that's going to be driven by AI? First things first, let's tackle the big elephant in the room, jobs. The World Economic Forum thinks AI will get rid of around 92 million jobs. But, and this is a big but, it's also expected to create 170 million new ones. So the future isn't about fewer jobs, it's about different jobs, roles where humans and AIs are working together. So if AI is handling the routine stuff, what's left for us? Well, that's where these success skills come in. These are the uniquely human things that AI just can't replicate. Great communication, creative problem solving, critical thinking, teamwork. As AI gets better at tasks, these human skills become our superpower. And there's actually a pretty clear roadmap for how to build these skills. It's this 4-step progression. You start with just basic awareness, like what even is AI? Then you move to exploration, playing with AI tools in a safe environment. From there, you start to apply AI to solve actual problems until you finally reach fluency, where you're using it confidently, creatively, and ethically. And you know who's at the center of all of this? Our teachers. It all comes back to them. Preparing the next generation really starts with closing that training gap we talked about. We have to give our teachers the skills and, just as importantly, the strategies to weave all this into the subjects they already teach so well. So, when you boil it all down, this whole new era is really about finding the right balance. It's the final equation. How do we embrace all this powerful new tech while also doubling down on what makes us human? And you can see that tension laid out so clearly here. For every awesome benefit, like personalized learning or making admin work easier, there's a corresponding risk we've got to watch out for, from bias and privacy to losing that vital teacher-student connection. That's the balancing act we're all trying to figure out. It's funny, right? The smarter the technology gets, the more our human-centered skills matter. It's things like leadership, working together, and creative problem solving that will let us be the ones guiding the technology instead of the other way around. And that really leaves us with one final massive question to chew on. As AI gets better and better at automating everything we know, the most important job of education starts to shift. It's not just about what we know anymore, it's about who we are. How do we teach character and wisdom and good judgment in an age of incredibly smart machines? That is the real challenge and the real opportunity in front of all of us.
Understanding begins with why.